Balancing visions, the power of collaboration. John and Sarah were business partners. A few years earlier, they had started a tech company and worked hard to turn it into a successful enterprise. They were both driven by a passion for innovation and had a desire to build something great, but had very different approaches when it came to running their business. John was a visionary, always pushing the boundaries and thinking outside the box. Sarah focused on stability and didn't like to take risks. She always kept her eye on the bottom line. Despite their different approaches, John and Sarah had always made a great team and were usually able to resolve any disagreement they would have. But as the company grew, their disagreements began to escalate, reaching a point where they were not able to agree on most aspects of running their business. Tensions had grown to such a point that they were considering severing their partnership. They were unable to agree on the future direction of the company. John wanted to think big and expand into new technologies, but Sarah wanted to focus on their core products and only invest in new technologies once they had been thoroughly tested and proven to be profitable. They were at odds and unable to find any common ground. One day, as they sat across from each other at the conference table, both were feeling the weight of the tension in the air. They had been business partners for years, but now, it seemed like their partnership was on the brink of collapse. John leaned back in his chair and stared up at the ceiling as he exclaimed, "Sarah, we need to think bigger. We need to take risks and invest in the future. Virtual reality and artificial intelligence, these are the technologies that are going to shape the future world. We need to be at the forefront of it all." Sarah took a deep breath, shaking her head. "John, I understand your passion, but we need to be practical. We need to focus on what's working, what's making us money. Investing in new technologies before they've been proven is a risky move. We can't afford to waste resources on unproven markets." John and Sarah just sat there in silence, each lost in thought. They both knew that their disagreement was just the tip of the iceberg. If they couldn't find a way to resolve their differences, their partnership, and the business they had worked so hard to build, would fall apart. Their disagreement had reached a boiling point. As they sat there, both feeling frustrated and stuck, John had an idea. He leaned forward saying, "Sarah, I understand your concerns, but I think we can find a solution. What if we take a step back, look at the bigger picture, and try to find some common ground?" Sarah gently nodded, slightly intrigued. "What do you have in mind?" John continued, "Let's dedicate the next month to fully exploring the viability of these technologies. Let's see if we can find a way to expand but not lose focus on stability and being profitable." After giving it some thought, Sarah agreed, and the two partners spent the next month exploring virtual reality, artificial intelligence, and other cutting-edge technologies. They visited multiple tech events and shows, talking to industry experts and entrepreneurs. They spent long hours discussing the potential of these technologies and weighing the limitations, trying to find a way to make them work within their business model. As the month progressed, John and Sarah began to see the world from each other's perspectives. John started to appreciate the importance of the company's stability, and Sarah started to see the value of taking risks and investing in the future. They began to find common ground, and by the end of the month, they had a plan. They would focus their investment solely on virtual reality and make sure to thoroughly test and demonstrate its viability before proceeding. John and Sarah's agreement to focus solely on one technology had proven to be the solution to their differences. They were now able to work together in a much more harmonious manner, both of them compromising, making the important company decisions much easier to resolve. By finding common ground and working together, they were able to make smart and efficient decisions that propelled their business forward. As their business continued to grow, John and Sarah faced many challenges, but by compromising and looking at things from each other's points of view, they were able to tackle these challenges head-on and emerge even stronger. John and Sarah's story is a testament to the power of compromise and collaboration. By learning to work together, they were able to build a successful and thriving business, inspiring others to do the same. Their experience proves the importance of compromise in any partnership, be it in business or personal relationships. When we learn to find common ground and work together, we are able to solve problems and accomplish more than we ever could on our own. In conclusion, the story of John and Sarah serves as a reminder that when we are willing to compromise and work together, we can all achieve great things. If you enjoyed this story, and would like to hear more inspiring stories about people just like you, please like and subscribe.